What is going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Nick with Nothing But Niners, and we are back today. And we are going to talk a little bit about our third pick overall last year in the 2017 draft in Solomon Thomas. But first, let me tell you guys who we got here. We got Scott joining us today. Scott is one of our chief writers over here at Nothing But Niners. Very, very educated when it comes to defensive breakdowns as well. If you haven't already, check out some of his articles over at nothingbutniners.com. As well as you can check us out everywhere. We're on Twitter, Nothing But 9ERS, Snapchat, Nothing But 9ERS, the Facebook page, Nothing But Niners, Instagram, Nothing But Niners, our iTunes, Tuned In, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, all those good things. You can find us there, Talk 49ers with Nothing But Niners, NBN. Also, make sure you check out the YouTube page, guys. We got a lot of highlight videos going up. We got some breaking news videos there. We got some player interviews. We got a bunch of stuff over there. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, share the love, spread the love. And other than that, man, what's going on, Scott, man? What's going on?
Not very much, mate. Just a quick video of you guys and then off to bed for me.
Yeah, I hear that, man. It's like, let's say 7 here. So what's it, almost 2?
No, almost midnight.
Oh, almost midnight. Oh, you're 5 hours. I keep getting you and Stefan are on different time frames, right?
Yeah, Stefan's an hour ahead.
An hour ahead. Okay, so still not close enough. But anyway, tell everybody where they can find you at, Scott, real quick before we get started, and then we'll jump into Sally Talk.
You can find me on Twitter as @_SC0TT_. That's at Scott. You can find me writing on Nothing But Niners, and you can find me writing on Niners Nation as well.
Awesome. So, Scott, I know we go back and forth, all of us in the room, about Solomon Thomas. And some people say he's a bust. Some people say that, he was worth it. It's his year one. What are your feelings on Solomon Thomas? And then I'll follow behind you, but I want to hear what your true feelings are on Solomon Thomas and how you feel about Solomon Thomas. Was he worth the third overall pick? How do you think his year went? And are you excited to see him next year?
I think he was worth the third overall pick. I think the issue that we have is that he was basically a kind of a defensive tackle in college who was going to come to the NFL and at least start as a defensive end, where his main prowess was going to be as a run stopper. I think he's very incredibly strong. He's got good power behind his hands. He's got a bit of explosiveness off the snap. He was a guy who was, I think as a rookie, was always going to make his hay as a run stopping end. He was elite as a run stopper rather than as a pass rusher, in the same way Barnett was taken by the Eagles because he was an elite pass rusher. Solomon Thomas by the 49ers, at least to begin with, was an elite run stopper, not an elite pass rusher. And I think that was borne out. I think he was 11th out of all three defensive ends in defensive stops as a run stopper, which I think is a pretty impressive statistic for a rookie. Even more so because he actually was aligned to the weak side a lot of the time. So he wasn't getting the number of kind of strong side end snaps as for like a Tank Carradine was. So I think I'm pretty happy with the pick so far. I think we're going to see him develop. We're going to see him add some muscle. We'll see him move to that strong side end position. And then we'll start to see if he can hopefully start putting together a pass rush plan, because that was, for me, by far the most disappointing part of his rookie season was his complete lack of pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't want to say that he wasn't worth the number 3 overall. It's just I wouldn't have went in those terms. I would have went with somebody like Derek Barnett. Had a high draft crush on Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett is coming off the bench in Philadelphia, and he's producing like a starter every single time. But I do agree with you that Solomon was mainly brought in for his capabilities of stopping the run. Like you said, you gave some examples of a strong hand, strong behind the hands, has good lateral quickness. He does move very well. He did catch up on plays that got past him and be the first player to get there to make tackles. Solomon, for me, in the beginning of the year when he first started playing, now remind you, he missed a lot of camp. He missed a lot of things because of the school rules, CBA rules, and all that other stuff. But overall, I don't think that Solomon had a bad first year as a rookie. I think that he, statistically, he did well. Did he pop off the screen like all of us thought he would because of being a number 3 overall pick? Probably not. I think he definitely played way better inside than he did on the outside. And I think if we got an Arik Armstead back or a better type of pass rusher, edge rusher, and we kept Solomon inside next to either Armstead or Buckner or whoever it is on those packages, I think he will excel and succeed in the NFL. Do I personally think that he cannot be that pass rusher that we're looking for? Yes. I don't think that he is that pass rusher. I mean, with his body, his movement, he's quick, but he doesn't have a lot of moves. He's more of a bull rushing type defensive lineman. I think that his fits would be better on the inside compared to the outside. So you said you're not against taking him at 3 overall. You can rebuttal on what I said if you have anything to rebuttal on that. And then after that, I want you to give the 49ers a grade on him for their draft of last year.
I think that my biggest concern is whether he's ever going to pull it together as a pass rusher. It was interesting that he had something like only 28 snaps this season were as an inside rusher, and that was something that they said they were going to try and do more moving forward, was keep him as an inside rusher. I was surprised it was so few this season. And apparently on those 28 snaps, he had some like a 13.4 pass rush productivity as an inside rusher, and that's pretty high, given that I think the best player in the NFL this season at the position was like at least 2 points below him over a kind of the course of a season, like at least 50% of the snaps. I think it was Fletcher Cox. But when you go back and watch the snaps, he's not destructive in the same way as Fletcher Cox. He seems a little bit slow on the inside. He's sort of trying to put together kind of a pass rush plan a little bit sluggishly. He doesn't have that power that he demonstrates in the run game, which is a really kind of interesting thing, because you see him in the run game, he's dominating tackles, he's blasting tight ends, and then as soon as you move him as a pass rusher, it all slows down. I'm hoping he can add some muscle. I'm hoping that he will be moved inside a little bit more. I'm nervous that we're never going to see him excel inside, just because I think he's maybe a bit short. He's got relatively long arms, 33 inches, but that's not extraordinarily long. I have my concerns about him moving forward as a pass rusher generally. I think he's going to be a stud run-stopping defensive end. I think he can pull it together. He's flashed at times, but that's my main concern with him, that he's not going to pull it together as a pass rusher, despite kind of some statistics pointing to him being successful there. And then do I have to grade the signing?
Yeah. But before you do that, do you think? Let me just ask you this: do you think you think he's going to struggle on the inside? Do you think that Solomon Thomas will become an every down type of player?
It's going to be interesting to see. I think there's gonna have to be a battle to play on those inside downs next to DeForest Buckner between him and Arik Armstead, especially if we do draft a true pass rushing defensive end guy this year. I think because you've got probably Elmas Dumervil, Cassius Marsh, maybe Eli Harold at one end, and then this draft pick at the other end. There's 2 interior spots now that we're looking at, and Buck's going to have one of those nailed down kind of 60, 70, 80% of the time, and it's going to be who's getting that other spot. And Thomas is going to have a battle on his hands, because I think Armstead has proven that he is so far a better pass rusher than Solomon Thomas as an inside guy. So I don't know if he becomes an every down player right away. It might take until year 3 until we see that. And that, I think, was a realistic proposition when he was drafted. That would be disappointing. I think that would be frustrating to a lot of 49ers fans, that you took a guy at 3rd overall and we're not going to see him be an impactful every down player until year 3. It's not what you take a guy at that position for. But I think if it's ultimately because he's getting beaten out by someone of Arik Armstead's pass rushing capabilities and DeForest Buckner, then you just say, well, so be it.
Well, I mean, you also got the likes of Ronald Blair, who is really coming coming up compared to where he was. I mean, I'm hoping that he continues to make this team. I think that he is a special type player, that he can be special. And him and DeForest Buckner are like best friends. Like, they hang out all the time. So I'm sure he's probably learning some stuff from Buck as well. Buck's second year really impressed me, but we won't get into that. But I did just put a highlight video out on DeForest Buckner, so make sure you go check that out. It's actually on YouTube already. But so, Scott, I agree with you there. I think year 3, and I think that's why a lot of these fans are upset at this pick overall, is because we're seeing the likes of the excellence of Adrian Colbert, and it's being a 7th-round pick. We're seeing him produce. We're seeing the likes of Ahkello Witherspoon, who wasn't that high, who it only took about 3 or 4 games for him to get on the field. And then Solomon comes out, and it's just like, wait, you're telling me I have to wait another year, maybe another 2 years to see this produce, and you're a number 3 overall pick. And I think that's where everybody gets a little upset about. So, but we'll give our grades. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table this year, whether his offseason training and being able to train all year round, the whole offseason, be able to get in the training camp from day one and see what the difference makes of him on the field. I'll let you give your grade, and then I'll give my grade, and then we'll cut this one short.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an average grade. I'm going to give it a C. I said I didn't mind the pick. I think he has already shown that he's a very high-end run stopper at the defensive end spot. I think it's a crucial part of this defense. But to have got any higher than that, I think he'd have had to have shown a lot more as a pass rusher, which he didn't do last year. He's very one-dimensional for me.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. I definitely think it's a C, maybe a C minus, maybe just a little bit, and that's because of the reasonings I've stated is the lack of pass rush, the ability to stop the run. Don't get me wrong, our run defense was a lot better this year up front. He definitely sparked that. He also definitely helped there. But I'm gonna stick with a C minus, man. I think that that's about right for now, and I can give him a better grade next year, hopefully, seeing more and more off the field, or on the field. Are you excited to see him come back? You just say yes or no and see what he has to bring?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, me too. So I'm definitely excited to see him come back, guys. Make sure you guys check out everything. Make sure if you don't subscribe, you hit that subscribe button. It's right down there in the right-hand corner. Share all the love, guys. We're almost to 1K. We got a special giveaway coming up to a random watcher, subscriber, once we do hit that 1,000 mark. So, but that's about it for Solomon Thomas. You got anything else, Scott? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Guys, above all else, stay faithful. We're out.